All right, folks, welcome back to the channel. This is the view on my site, looking out over the lake. It's not a warm day, it's only about 50 degrees, but hey, I love just being out. But today's video is a 1 year update. The 1 year since I have bought my OUPES. I guess that's the correct way of saying it, is OUPES. I was calling it OUPES. But OUPES is the correct name for it. And I've been using this unit now for a year in my RV and at my house. And I'm ready to say, is it something I regret buying? Or am I impressed with it? Follow along. So, last year, the winter of 2023 going into 2024, I was looking at replacing my batteries. Those are my batteries down there under the chains. Got to keep things locked up because people with sticky fingers sometimes go by here. And I just don't want to hand it to them, so I want them to work at it if they're going to steal them. So they're going to have to work to get those chains and locks off. But anyways, inside that box is two Trojan T105 6-volt batteries that are hooked in series to give me 12 volts to power the camper. Right here are my Zamp solar panels. Those are 200 watt portable panels. And those two items I got when I bought my camper in 2017. And they've been working flawlessly for me all those years. But the lifespan of these T105 Trojan batteries are about 8 years. You can get 10 years out of them if you take care of them. And I've been doing the monthly maintenance on them and trying to take care of them. And so I have just entered year 9 with these batteries. And they're still going pretty good. But anyways, I was looking for something to... knew that the time is coming to replace those batteries, and the rain is coming in, so let's get underneath the awning. Come on, Jack. I hope this is not a prelude to the summer coming up, because if you remember last summer, rain, to the point where I had the doing videos inside the camper, and I was calling it the StarCraft Studios. You want in, little dog? Come on. Come on. So anyways, I was looking at replacing the batteries. And I had a couple of options, things that were going through my head. You know, just to replace the two Trojan batteries I have and keep everything the same would cost right around $700. And so, but I've thought over the last few years that when I did go to replace these batteries, I would do a upgrade. And the main reason I want to do an upgrade is not because I want to run more items. Right now, before I bought my OUPES, I would run the big ticket items like my coffee pot, the toaster, the microwave, off my Honda generator, which I still have. It's right there in the back of my truck. And that's what I would use the generator for. Very seldom do I ever want air conditioning being at the higher elevations. It may be 88 degrees during the day, but I'm usually out and about during the day. And at night, it might be 58, 60 degrees. Just perfect sleeping weather. But anyways, I was looking at the possibility of upgrading, giving myself some more power. And I was actually looking at getting 4 Trojan batteries. But there's a couple things you have to keep in mind with these batteries. They do require monthly maintenance, which is I've been doing on them. But they weigh 62 pounds a piece. and that would be putting another 124 pounds on the tongue of my camper. And sometimes when you start to put too much weight on your tongue, you start to have problems towing. And so you need to be careful about your weight distribution that you put on your camper. Anyways, 4 batteries would have put me up to about $1,400. And I thought, the price of batteries, how they jumped. And so I'm like, well, let's explore lithium. You know, I had some people recommend lithium, and so I found a battery that was recommended, but the battery is large enough where I would have to take the battery box out and redo the area to put the battery in. I would have to make it bigger. So that would be some work that I would have to pay to get done because I'm not a welder. And the battery itself was about $930. And the other thing you have to understand with RVs and lithium is, you know, this is a 2018 model. I bought it in 2017. Lithium was not really into the market at the time. And the converter on this rig does not recognize lithium. So some of these rigs that are 18s, 2016, 17, 18, even 19s, the converters don't recognize lithium. The converters that do sometimes only will charge the battery system to 80%. So after investigating that out, I would have to replace my converter if I went to lithium, which was going to be another expense. So adding it all up, if I went to the 4 batteries, it was $1,400, the 4 Trojan batteries. And if I went to the lithium battery and made the change up front and change out the converter, just that alone was going to cost me about $1,500. And so I was thinking, you know, the benefit of upgrading was so I would maybe have more options on the rig for powering. Right now I have an inverter that's built into the rig. It's a 500 watt inverter and it runs 1 plug. And it's the plug that I normally plug my laptop and my TV into. Well, it's worked for me that way over the years, but I was thinking if I'm going to spend the money on an upgrade, I would like to have a few more plugs. So here we go, chopping into wires and adding to the cost. So I kind of got frustrated looking at everything and kind of put it away until one night Jackery, I saw an advertisement for Jackery, and they had the Jackery 3000, which had an RV plug on it. And it was a light bulb that went off and for me, and I thought, well, Jesus, right there, that would cure everything. I could just plug the RV into that Jackery and it would run the whole camper. There would be no rebuilding battery boxes, there would be no changing out converters, there would be no rewiring in a new inverter and plugs with it. It would just run the whole camper. And I thought that would be awesome. But it wasn't an awesome price on that Jackery 3000. It was about $2,800 what they wanted for it. So I started looking at Blue Eddy and EcoFlow, and then one night I was on YouTube watching my buddy Tom, the Hobo Tech, and he was reviewing an OUPES. And this is the Mega 3 that I bought in February of 2024. And it was his video that encouraged me to be open to buying this brand because I've never heard of this brand. I've never had any of their products. I've had Jackery. You guys know if you watch my channel, I have Jackeries and I love them. And I still do. That love affair is still going. We just got another one into the relationship here. But anyways, I started exploring this OUPES. And I see their Mega series that they had. The Mega 3 would fit what I needed. And so I started looking at the prices, and they were running about $1,800, and I'm like, that's really at the top end of what I could spend. You know, I didn't really want to spend that much. And then I found an online store on eBay, the OUPES online store. And I started watching the bidding on those products. They would put a product up, put a put the bottom bid, what it was going to be, the starting bid, and whatever it ended up, they would sell. Well, they put the Mega 3 up for $1,400. I was the only one that bid on it. I bid on it with 15 seconds left. I half expected not to get it, but I got it. They delivered it. I was excited but apprehensive at the same time to spend $1,400 on this gadget right here. But after camping with it all summer long last year, it stayed in my camper all year long. It was a game changer on things. I no longer needed my generator to run my coffee pot or my microwave or the toaster. Now, how I normally run this is that I still have my Trojan batteries on the front that are still on my solar that I have right there. And how I run this is at night is when everything's happening in the camper. We have the lights on, I have my laptop out, the TV may be on, we may have a fan going, and I say we, that's me and Jax. And so I don't need a lot of power during the day. So what I'm doing is my camper's being powered during the day by my front batteries. And that is, it's keeping my fridge going, even though my fridge is on gas, it still needs a little bit of electric for the thermostat. And if I need to run the water pump at all during the day, or I can actually still watch TV but normally I'm out and about during the day. I'm out hiking, Jax and I are out hiking, I may be out paddling, we may be out exploring somewhere. So I only run the OUPES at night. After I'm done at the fire, I'll come inside, camper's plugged into it, and I turn it on, and we'll run the camper all night long off the OUPES. One of the things that I really like about doing that is that on nights like this, coming up, it's 50 degrees. It's supposed to get down to about 37 tonight. Not as bad as last night. Last night was 23. So the furnace runs a lot. And last night it ran a lot. And the OUPES powered it all night long. And so everything that I've wanted this to run, it can run. It can even run my air conditioning. But I haven't used it to actually cool the rig. I just turned the air conditioning on to see if this would run it. It will, but I have used the microwave at night. I've used the coffee pot and the toaster in the morning. And I mean, I don't push this very hard. I don't push any of my equipment very hard. Like my generator, Honda generator, I've had for years, but I've never maxed it out. And I've never maxed this out either. I don't think that's good for equipment to max things out like that. So when I'm running the coffee pot, I'm not toasting anything until the coffee pot's done. And then I will run the toaster. But I don't run the toaster, the coffee pot, and the microwave all at the same time. That will put this pretty much at max. I don't do that to my equipment. But anyways, it has ran everything that I've needed all summer long. November came, closed up my rig, winterized it. I put the OUPES, see, I still call it the OUPES in the house, and I made a mental note that in January I need to cycle it. Now what I mean by cycling it is run it. Plug some stuff into it, use it, and take it down and then recharge it again. Kind of exercising it. But I really didn't have to cycle it because between November and March, we had 9 power outages. Can you believe that? Winter storms, high winds, blizzard, ice storm, and even a tornado warning in there. We didn't have a tornado, but we had high winds that took the power out. And the first time that the power went out, I wheeled the OUPES out. We plugged the refrigerator in. We plugged a couple lights in. We plugged the TV system in. We put the Wi-Fi on the Jackery. And we sat there with the wood stove going. The house is 73 degrees. Snow's going sideways outside. No power. And we're sitting there. No generator hum in the background. Just sitting there. The OUPES is running pretty much everything. To the point where my wife said it's too bad that we couldn't put our well pump on that too when the power goes out. I think we can, My well pump's 120 volts, so that will run it. So that's something I'm looking into this summer. But anyways, all summer long, I ran this OUPES without issue. How I'm currently charging it is with my Honda generator. So normally in conditions like this, where it's running the furnace all night long, I will use up about 65% of the battery. So it'll be about 35% left in the morning after I make my coffee, after I make my toast. And so I charge it by the Honda generator. During the summer months, when there was no furnace running, I used about 45% of the battery. So it would be about 55% left over in the morning. And it's just, the way I've been running it is basically 12 hours a day. Run the camper all night with this, have the fan going in the bedroom, watch a little bit of TV, the furnace is going, and have some lights on, my laptop's plugged in, no problems. No problems at all. During power outages at home, no problems at all. Refrigerator's plugged in, couple lights, TV system. That's how you rough it now. So if you are interested in a power station, and I will tell you, using a combination power station and generator, gas generator, any type of generator, is awesome because you don't have to store as much fuel. You only need your generator for a few hours during the day to charge up the system, and then you can run your refrigerator and some other appliances. It's not going to run your whole household, your whole house. It's not going to run your whole house without a lot more batteries to it, but it's just worked out nice when you have those power outages. And so if you're thinking about a power station, and you're looking at the Jackeries and the Blue Eddies, which are great units, EcoFlow's another one, I'm putting OUPES right in there with them because this unit has impressed me. I don't regret spending the $1,400 onto it. It has been a great unit now for the first year that I've had it. And I had it last night, plugged the camper in, and it ran, the furnace kicked on probably every 25 minutes throughout the night, and as the temperature dropped down into the 20s, we didn't expect it to get down into the 23 degrees, but I am at a higher altitude here, enjoying my weekend out. This is the first weekend I've had the camper out, and this is what I usually call my, I take this weekend to take the camper out and see how things work in it, and if anything needs to be repaired before the summer comes. And everything is working as it should. So let me add before I end this is that OUPES is not paying me to say this in a video about their product. They have not sent me any product. They're not paying me any product. And if you buy OUPES, I don't get any commission from it. I'm the type of guy that when I buy a product, and it's been a good product to have, I'm not afraid to tell other people about it. You know, I can tell you right now, my ZAMP solar panels, I would buy them again. My Honda generator, I would buy them again. My Toyota Tundra, I would buy another one, maybe not a brand new one, again. And it's just, that's the way it is. When I find a product that works for me and has worked great for me, I'm not afraid to tell other people about it. So that is my 1 year with my OUPES. I absolutely love it. Alright folks, you watched all the way through. Thanks for that. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the adventure. And remember folks, tomorrow is no guarantee for any one of us. So disconnect from that Wi-Fi. Connect to this out here. You won't be disappointed.